The thing holding most high performers back from creating their next level is something that most people can't even see. And the reason is because it's something that they are actually good at. And what I want to do is share how I uncovered these hidden limits for myself using ChatGPT as a mirror, and you can too. So I was listening to a podcast with Andy Frisella and Ben Newman, and Ben Newman shared a very insightful phrase. He said, typically what holds you back is something good. He said, Andy, this goes through my brain over and over again. So boom, big signal here. So I took that and I put it into ChatGPT, and you can do the same. So it says, typically what holds you back is something good. I just heard Ben Newman, the mental toughness coach, say this with depth. What's this for me? And I really like the phrase with depth because it really allows you to get more than a surface level version of this. So boom, it goes and creates for me based on all of our conversations. I've got my memory turned on. Hey, where is good holding me back from being great? Because for most of us as high performers, we show up, we build, we create, we live in action every single day. But there is a difference between good and great. And you can see here it says, hey, good creates comfort. Good fills your calendar. Good can dilute your edge. And the real fear isn't failure, it's redefining yourself. And then it gave me a real-time reflection loop for myself, and you can do the same. What good thing in my life is keeping me from something great? So one of the things that I ended up doing for this is I created this in ChatGPT first, and then I gave myself the gift of 15 minutes to journal. What is it that I think could be holding me back that is actually something good in my life? So you can see right here, I wrote down, and I was actually in the parking lot at Target waiting to meet up with somebody. So I said, all right, let's just brain dump. No judgment, top of my mind. I'm going to look at all of the things that are actually good in my business or in my life, and then how those could potentially be holding me back from great. There's no judgment here. It's just top of mind. So my encouragement for you is step one, put into ChatGPT that prompt. And then step number two, give yourself the gift of some reflection, because we're not doing this just to fill a bucket in ChatGPT. We actually want to see, wait a second, where is there a hidden layer where I thought I was doing things good, but it's actually holding me back from being great? So for me, some of these things said my ability to create ideas, how much I can see, access to me and my gift of relationships, thinking that I'm not there or that dude when I've been that all along. So I did that. And then what I did is I took a picture of it and I uploaded it to ChatGPT. And I even said, before even reading the response, I did some quiet journaling of what this could be, what came top of mind. With Ben Newman as my world-class coach, what's he saying to me with depth? So I actually wanted Ben Newman to be coaching me on the thing that he created that says goes top of mind for him. And why this works so well is now I've given ChatGPT context on what I think this is for me. Yes, it can mirror this to me based on all of our conversations, but now I've got a mixture of it, and I've got a world-class mental toughness coach as the one giving this to me. And boom, just the gold and the resonance that ended up coming in here was just so good for me. And what this is going to allow you to do, and I call this the concept of peeling the onion. You're going to read some of what it creates for you, and you're going to be like, wow, I never thought of this. Yep. Oh my God. Not everything's going to land. Not everything's going to be a home run. And quite frankly, what you're really looking for is those inches, those one, maybe two things that you do that can really open your eyes to where you have been living in the land of good, but you could be living in the land of great. And so many of these, what got you here is too good to let go of, but not great enough to get you there. So we all know that what got you here isn't going to get you to where you want to go. But I like that when I use the term in depth with commentary, because I don't just want to be told, I want to be told and coached. So Ben would remind you, you're not in crisis, you're in momentum. So if you're watching this right now, we are doing this as high performers in the name of growth because we've got momentum. And a lot of momentum can be good, but I want to be great. And if you want to be great, it really helps us to see the things that are holding us back from being great, not because we're not willing to do them. It's just maybe I don't see them and maybe I don't have that level of awareness. So it even says here, Rob, here's the coaching call you needed. You're a leader of leaders. That means your yes has weight and your no has to get sharper. So it's coaching me in real time around this. And what would Ben Newman give me? A mirror, a decision, a demand. So now we've got a mental framework and ways that I can take action on this, and you can too. So once again, I'm going to show you right here. This is the prompt. With Ben Newman as my world-class coach, what's he saying to me with depth? Put that in there. And then what I ended up saying to this is I did feel like ChatGPT mirrored to me an element of judgment. So I said, hey, what I shared aren't judgments or beliefs, more listening to what comes up, the inner thoughts, the possibilities, and the exploration. With Robin Sharma, as what is Robin Sharma saying to me in advising with depth? And I wanted to switch over to another coach because I know that Robin Sharma has a good emotional resonance on both EQ and higher performance right here. And you can just leave it as Ben Newman or Tony Robbins or whoever you want. But I'm showing how I did this. And I think adding this right here to your original prompt at the top of like what I'm sharing after my journaling aren't judgments or beliefs. It's just more me listening to what comes up. This gives the additional context and you can actually save a step based on the way that I did this. Because what it mirrored back to me is beautiful. You weren't judging yourself. You're listening. That distinction matters. You're in presence and in truth, and you're observing what might be true. And that's where real self-leadership begins, because this is Self-Leadership 101. Now, Robin Sharma is going to share this with me. And there's so much good stuff that came in here. Even one of them, and it broke this down on every single one of them that I said. And one of my favorite things that I wrote was the word just. Why? Because I felt there was some energy there. Language creates limits. Just is a word of contradiction. Remove it. Speak like the leader you are. Boom. Very simple thing for me and you. Remove just from my vocabulary. And then with this, he had a variety of other things to say, and I wanted to dig deeper. I want commentary from Robin Sharma along the way, both high level and macro, as well as what that one thing is for me based on all of our conversations and my thoughts. Just one thing. So now we're going to zoom up super high, and then we're going to get super granular, and then you're going to say, I want you to share with me the one thing that's holding me back from being great. So now this is super specific, and you're seeing how we're peeling the onion and creating layers on this concept here. So boom, look at this. The most dangerous prisons are the ones lined with comfort. Rob, you're not being held back by failure, but by familiarity. You've grown so used to swimming in brilliance that you forgot how vast the ocean still is. I read that and I was like, wow, that is good. But I also didn't totally understand it, and the concept didn't totally click. So I went down here and said, you've grown so used to swimming in brilliance that you forget how vast the ocean is. Unpack this for me. Help me understand this simply and easily. What forget how vast the ocean still is means. So this is where you and your own self-leadership, you can fractally pull apart one sentence that resonates and say, build this world out for me. And that's what I've done. And we don't need to go through everything in here, but I'm showing you sort of my iteration process, how I'm prompting this, as well as how I'm thinking about this, all in the name of uncovering what is that thing or things that I'm doing right now that's good, that I feel comfortable about, that's actually creating momentum in my life, but is actually the things that are holding me back from being great. So it really built this out. And then the last thing that I ended up doing here is I want to turn this message from before this into a voice memo or a script that I read in the morning as part of a consistency practice, because this actually resonated with me. When I saw that, what it mirrored back, I was like, wow, this is so good. I want to read this every single morning, and I do. And this is just so good. So I put this in my Evernote as a document, and I read it as part of my morning routine and boot sequence. And I also put this inside of Notion as part of my personal AI operating system. So this is how we can take something from a concept, what's something good that's stopping me from or holding me back from being great, layer, cool. Now let's create a consistency practice of awareness to be that person who creates the next level. So I won't read it all, but it's saying, read this slowly and intentionally, like you're speaking truth to your future. Today, I remember something simple. I've grown so used to swimming in brilliance, I forget how vast the ocean is. I'm not here to settle into what's good. I'm here to steward what's next. I honor my creativity, but I don't chase more ideas. Today, I turn one idea into something real. Not noise, not notes, a monument. Every single day when I read that line, today I turn one idea into something real. I'm like, man, that is such a simple way to frame all of this. So I wanted to share this with you because one of the ways that we can leverage AI for business or personal growth is to have it help us uncover the things that we can't see, AKA see the invisible. And you can do so in a way that can elevate your identity and help you go from good to great. But the key in this is it's not just about one specific prompt or the 2 or 3 prompts. It is about the entire process of prompt to self-excavation to actually doing the work and saying, what do I believe is the good things in my life right now? So an action item for you is go and run this, do that first prompt. And then I encourage you, give yourself the gift of 10 or 15 minutes to journal. What are those things in your life that are good, that could hold you back from being great? No judgment, just get it out of your mind and then peel that onion and take one action on something. For me, it was turning into like a morning declaration that I read every single day to prime my mind for being that person. And that's a very simple thing that you can do. And I would love to hear from you. What did this result in from you when you ran this process? Whether it's the prompt itself or the journaling exercise, or did you create a morning declaration or mantra? If so, share it in the comments below. Or if you vibed with this and you're someone who wants to be a top 1% operator in the way that you leverage AI in your business and in your life, hit me up at Rob Cressy on all social media platforms or go to robcressy.ai. Sending tons of love and good vibes your way. Hope you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.